Welcome back to the channel, and this is part 3 of our countdown ranking the largest capacity stadiums in the Premier League. If you haven't watched part 1 or part 2 yet, make sure you check those out first, because in the last episode, we finished in the Midlands at Molineux Stadium, using a capacity of 32,050. Now we continue our way down the list from there, working through the remaining 7 stadiums before finishing with a special bonus. First up in this part is the American Express Stadium, holding around 31,076 supporters. Opened in 2011 at a reported cost of approximately £93 million, the Amex ended Brighton's long spell without a permanent home after leaving the Goldstone ground and spending years at Wembley. Built into the South Downs near Falmer, its sweeping roof design improves acoustics and helps generate a compact, enclosed atmosphere, particularly from the North Stand. With its own dedicated railway station on match days, it is one of the most accessible stadiums in the league. The ground has since hosted European fixtures and major Premier League nights, symbolizing Brighton's rise from instability to established top-flight status. Next, we head to the banks of the River Trent and the historic City Ground at roughly 30,400 capacity. Forest have played here since 1898, and it remains forever linked to the club's European Cup triumphs under Brian Clough in 1979 and 1980. The Trent End drives the atmosphere, while the Peter Taylor Stand represents the more modern face of the stadium. Located within walking distance of Nottingham city centre and across the river from Meadow Lane, it retains a traditional 4-stand layout that contrasts with modern bold designs. Ongoing redevelopment plans aim to modernise sections while preserving its historic identity. Dropping further down brings us to Selhurst Park, home to Crystal Palace, with a capacity of around 25,400. Opened in 1924 and tightly embedded within South London's residential streets, Selhurst Park is famous for its intense atmosphere, led by the Holmesdale Road Stand. Coordinated displays, constant noise, and tightly packed seating make it feel larger than its capacity suggests. Accessible via Selhurst and Norwood Junction stations, it offers a very traditional urban matchday setting. Proposed main stand redevelopments have been discussed in recent years, aiming to expand capacity while retaining the ground's character. Next is the riverside setting of Craven Cottage at approximately 24,500. Fulham have played here since 1896, making it one of the oldest homes in English football. The Grade 2 listed Johnny Haynes Stand preserves historic red brick architecture, while the Riverside Stand redevelopment, a project valued at well over £100 million, has transformed one side of the stadium with modern facilities and Thames-facing hospitality areas. The famous cottage pavilion in the corner remains a unique feature rarely seen in modern football. The walk from Putney Bridge Station along the river adds to one of the most picturesque approaches in the league. Further down the ranking is the Turf Moor, holding close to 21,900 supporters. Burnley have played here since 1883, making it one of the longest, continuously used stadiums in professional football. The James Hargreaves Stand and Cricket Field Stand maintain a classic English structure, with surrounding terraced housing reinforcing its community feel. Turf Moor has hosted top-flight title-winning sides in the old First Division era and remains known for physically demanding winter fixtures, where tight stands and close proximity to the pitch amplify the intensity. Next comes the G-Tech Community Stadium, capacity around 17,250. Opened in 2020 at a cost of roughly £71 million, it replaced Griffin Park, famously known for having a pub on each corner. Located near Kew Bridge, the stadium features steep, compact stands designed to keep supporters close to the action and maximize atmosphere. Though one of the smaller venues in the division, it represents Brentford's modern era and their rapid rise into sustained Premier League competition. Finally, the smallest stadium currently in the Premier League is the Vitality Stadium, with just over 11,300 seats. Formerly known as Dean Court, it has been rebuilt in phases on the same site near Kings Park. Bournemouth's climb from League Two to the Premier League makes the contrast between their stadium capacity and top-flight status one of the most striking in the division. Despite its modest size, the tight configuration places supporters extremely close to the pitch, creating an intense environment. And as a final bonus, towering above every Premier League club ground is Wembley Stadium. Opened in 2007 at a cost of approximately £789 million, it remains the most expensive stadium ever built in the UK. With a capacity of 90,000 and its iconic arch dominating the London skyline, Wembley hosts FA Cup finals, playoffs, England internationals, European Championship matches, and UEFA Champions League finals. While not home to a Premier League club, it stands as the ultimate stage in English football, dwarfing every domestic ground in scale and global recognition. And that means across this three-part series, we've ranked every current Premier League stadium by capacity. Right at the top was Old Trafford, followed by the modern spectacle of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, then the vast London Stadium. And closing Part 1 was the iconic Anfield. Part 2 continued with the Emirates Stadium. Then we showed you the Etihad Stadium. Then the new era at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, skyline dominating St James's Park, the North East's Stadium of Light, Midlands tradition at Villa Park, West London's Stamford Bridge, Yorkshire's Elland Road, and finishing Part 2 at Molineux Stadium. Part 3 picked up with the American Express Stadium, then the historic City Ground, the electric Selhurst Park, the Riverside Craven Cottage, the traditional Turf Moor, modern G-Tech Community Stadium, and finally, the most compact stadium in the league, the Vitality Stadium. And that concludes our three-part series ranking every current Premier League stadium by capacity. From the giants at the top to the most compact grounds in the division, we've covered all 20 clubs and even compared them to the national stage at Wembley. What would you like to see next? Let us know in the comments below.